Hi everybody, how you doing today? It's July 3rd. How is your July going so far after all that energy yesterday in the solar eclipse and the new moon in Cancer? We're still enjoying that. I figured we could get together and chat just a little bit. How are you all? I might have to go and grab my my other little web thingy so I can keep up with comments as well. Look at me. I don't even know if many of you are going to show up. If I don't say if I don't say tarot read, I don't know. Some of you might just keep going. I don't know. Because I didn't put tarot read. I put updates, you know. I'm just doing some cleansing. Hi, Psychic Kitty. You want to come over here and talk to everybody? I don't know. I think he's having a little bit of a mood kind of thing. I don't know if he's going to come and talk. Okay. That felt good to cleanse my space. Put up a little defense against hateration. Yeah. Always got haters. That's something that, you know, if you're empathic or you're sensitive, you need to understand that you will have haters in life. They will be jealous and envious, and they will be upset if they feel that you left them behind. Okay, that is something that some of you are going to have to get used to it. You're going to have to let it just roll down your back, you know, because there's no point in getting upset with people who are, you know, envious, or people that you might even be in a relationship with, and they're actually holding you back energetically. They're saying and doing stupid things that make no sense because they're trying to pull your energy down. Okay, those are the kinds of things that some of us get caught up in. And if you're empathic, what happens is you're going to feel like it's partially your fault, but really it's a game. You know, it's a game for this person because they're not trying to be for real with you. What they're trying to do is make you fall. Does that make sense? They're trying to make you fall energetically. And if you're in a relationship with this person, you might think that, you might possibly even think that, you know, somehow it's real, like it's not an illusion. When I pull the moon card, I talk about that. I talk about secrets coming out and the moon being an illusion. And some of you are actually you're literally in a relationship, or you're courted to something from the past. It even could be your childhood. And you might be thinking that it's really real and it's really you. And this is just the way life has to be. And it's not. It's an illusion. It's a game. Especially if some of you are with a narcissist, or you had a narcissistic parent who always says that everything, you know, it has to be your fault, kind of that energy. It has to be your fault, and that they have to be taken care of above you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like everything has to be all about them. That's a narcissist. But it's to such a level that, like, they can take a hangnail and make it into, like, oh my God, I need surgery. Hi, Miss Shante. Oh, you're an empath too. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I think a lot of us, especially those who are, you know, you're looking for readings, you're looking for mentoring or whatever. A lot of us are empaths because, you know, we came to this life to really feel, you know. So it could have been something even in a past life, not just your childhood. Sometimes things happen that way, where we're literally, you know, we're reliving things from our childhood, from our past life, from our soul's energy. And we're like, wow, what's really happening? You may have confusion about it. Your ancestors may help you with that. Okay, that's something that I wanted to let you all know as well. So today we're having, I see Miss Shante is there. I don't know who else is there, because a lot of people, they watch me incognito, like secretly. They privately watch me. And I know they do because I do Google Analytics, you know. But today I just wanted to open up and have an opportunity for so many of us goddesses to speak to one another, I was also wondering about how many of us are actually practicing any kind of ritual, like any kind. Like, do you have a ritual of writing in your journal to manifest? Do you know how when you're working on a manifestation, you're working on law of attraction, when you write it down and you say it out loud, it magnifies everything. Like it really magnifies it out into your space. Those are simple things you can do that will help you. Also, my guides are saying prayer, you know, like praying to the highest divine light of all there is, of all creation. Even if you don't have some Christian kind of background or format or a religious doctrine, you know, literally praying to the highest divine source or saying the highest good of the universe, you know, those are all things that can help to amplify what you're trying to bring in. And then when it comes to releasing, yeah, hang on one second. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'm hearing from my guides that a lot of us aren't praying to them and they're not letting us know, like, the communication that they would like to have with you. Okay, that's really the message that I'm getting, that some of them would like you to interact with them and let you know what they need. Okay. Now, some of your ancestors are really powerful. Okay. I don't really get into like this bloodline, that bloodline, you know, this nationality, that nationality. Because you could be anybody, you know, who has a deep connection with your ancestors. A lot of your ancestors are waiting for you. Your angels that were assigned to you at birth, they're waiting for you to talk to them. Your spirit guides, ascended masters, you know, the Loa, the Orisha, the deities and goddesses, the ancient Egyptians, the cosmic families, our cosmic soul groups, you know, from our star seed. All of us are star seeds from our star seed DNA. Some of us are Pleiadian, some of us are Syrian, you know, it's intricate, but when you start to accept how powerful you are and where you're actually headed, where you're being guided to, it doesn't matter if it's a relationship. If it's a relationship like a soulmate or twin flame relationship, it's going to feel really, really powerful, really, really deep. Anything that goes on is going to feel like it's magnified because it's so emotional and it's so tied to your heart and your self-esteem. You know, if someone that you love and you want to build a relationship with, if they don't love you, that's going to feel very bad. It's going to really hurt your ego. And a lot of people, they don't know that goddesses have a feminine ego. And when we get turned down, we get refused for a relationship, or we get abandoned, or we're with a partner who doesn't understand our sexuality, they don't understand our creativity, our need to be loved. It actually is damage to your energy. It's damage to your feminine ego. Okay. So when I do readings, it's not really going to sound like everybody else's reading, or it's not going to sound just like a card reading. Okay. It's going to sound more like your soul's template, your soul's DNA, you know, what you came here to do, reaching more joy in your life, how you can manifest, because it's particular to some people. Some people have completely different ways to manifest. Also your relationships, what they mean to you and your soul's energy, what your twin flame and soulmate relationships mean and what they're put out there for. Sometimes your children are special activations for you. Okay. Your children are special activations for you, and you may change completely at the birth of a child, at the pregnancy. These things are supposed to happen. They're not like coincidences or just events that happen. These are things that can really change the trajectory of your life. And it helps us to see how we are, like truly how we are, and being your true soul self. So sometimes, you know, as a reader here on YouTube, you know, I do some, I know I don't do as many readings as some do, you know, but being a reader here, you know, a lot of the YouTube readers, they need you to pray for them. They need you to send them your love, your light, you know, your blessings, because so many of them are trying to, they're like trying to please the crowd by doing so many readings, or people might message them, you know, where's my reading? Where did you do Leo yet? Did you, you know, like that. But the bigger picture is, you know, there may be a message, a collective message for all of you, all of us, right? It could be a lot more deep than that, you know. Let's see, Miss Shante, you said you're just getting into your spirituality. You just started seeing black shadows and unnatural things and experiencing headaches. I'm starting to meditate. I don't know if it's mediumship. Okay. Well, some people do see those, yeah, those black shadow figures. When you see them again, Ms. Shante, when you see them again, take note of what's happening. Is it a day when you're really tired? Is it a day when you had a bad night's sleep? Is it a day when it's a new moon, a full moon? Is it a day when you've been arguing with someone? Pay attention to when it's happening, okay? So yeah, mediumship is a whole, I mean, that's a whole thing, because some people came to this planet, they came to Earth to be mediums. Mm. Okay, you said, oh, every new moon. Oh, so you're meditating every new moon. That's good. That's good that you're meditating every new moon. So part of this is going to be like you're saying you're new to it and you're meditating every new moon. That is really good, because some people, they're not in any kind of, they don't have that knowing of, okay, it's a new moon. And I keep saying that I want this, I want that. I keep saying that I'm looking for, you know, healing and this or that. And then, you know, they don't take any kind of steps, or they don't build kind of a spiritual routine, a ritual that they do. Those things are good if you're trying to manifest, if you're trying to get to a certain level of understanding, if you're into your goals, if you are trying to reach more of your higher consciousness. Those are good things to do. Okay. So you're doing it every new moon. That's really good. Like yesterday. Yesterday was the beginning of the new moon, and it's in Cancer. So quite naturally, it's going to be emotions coming up, but it's going to be emotions that affect home, family. You might start to feel like you have mother issues. Things that really affect just you, and, you know, if you have children, you know, you and your children. So it's a lot of emotional things coming up right now. Okay. Saturn is really going to be active in like 5 more days. I'm going to have a lot of activity in Saturn. So that's a lot to do with long-term growth. Saturn is like, it's so steadfast in your chart. It's not going to rush. Okay. It's not going to rush. It's not going to take take, you know, a huge amount of energy all at once. What happens with Saturn is that it's very mature, and it tracks you over time. You know, it'll really track you over a certain period of time, like maybe 10 years, 15 years. Sometimes, I mean, it might be 20 years. And you can look at the Saturn aspects in your chart, and really, really, you know, it's really going to be deep, you know. So those are the kinds of shifts we're having right now. I mean, I know people that are you know, they're reaching new heights in their career. Some people are breaking up who've been together 10, 20 years. Some people passed away, and it's like, wow, you know, huge things that take years and years and years and years. Okay. So you said it's been very emotional, especially at work. Oh, yeah. Well, I can imagine that. It's hard to, well, it's hard to keep, you know, the right kind of restriction. How do you know who to let know? You know, you might be in that space of, well, can I even keep this same job? You know, can I even stay at the same job because you're having so much emotional shifting, uplifting, you know, a lot of breakthroughs, and you want to live as you truly are and who you really are. So that can be kind of difficult, you know, for years. You get drained by too, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's when you have to definitely regenerate, take time to yourself, do things that you enjoy, schedule some playtime. Like literally, wear a color that you're not used to wearing. Do something you used to do in your childhood that gave you happiness. Uh, Go and buy yourself something, even if it's only $1 or $5, that makes you feel happy and that you can play with. Okay. Get a journal. Write down things that you know you want to do and you know you want to manifest them. Okay. So for you, Miss Shantae, it might be that you're actually manifesting a different job, a different career. Especially the more you connect with your higher consciousness, you might decide, well, I know, you know, I know that I've had this growth and I know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do something else. That can be as simple as how this starts to take form for you. For me, it was a little bit different. I spent years, you know, doing casework, you know, helping other people in that realm. And I still do it now. You know, it's in a different, you know, a different genre, but it's still helping people. So it still can be draining. You need to protect yourself. You need to detox. You need to understand your triggers, what makes you happy, what makes you feel, you know, like you're hopeless or something that breaks you down. Especially if you've got old trauma and old wounds still corded to you. Yeah, that can be something that is that can be a struggle even in your new relationships, and even if you feel you've met someone that you love them so much, and you can have an old cord or an old attachment still really active in your life, and it's draining you and depleting you. That does happen. That happens very often. So with the work that I do, you know, oftentimes that is something that, you know, it can still be emotional. And sometimes goddesses or masculine, they may not understand, oh, well, wait a minute. I did have an abusive boyfriend 11 years ago or something, or the masculine who says, oh, yeah, I did have a father who, you know, he used to degrade me, or he was a narcissist. And then, you know, they might have abandoned their children and they're not seeing a connection. Do you see what I'm saying? It's so deep sometimes that we don't pay attention to it. And those are the things that come up in our energy because we're still carrying them. We're still carrying them around. Okay. That can be huge, huge. So I would like you all to comment. You can comment periodically when you check the community posts that I do sometimes. I would like you all to consider commenting on an idea thread. So I'm thinking of coming on and commenting in a community post and interacting through that thread. And it may be different ideas, different meditation tips, candle magic, your rituals, your conjure, any kind of thing that we might be working on. And I say we because so many, there's thousands of us now who are understanding more and more about root work, conjure, your ancestors, your ancestor altar. different types of ways of manifesting, because the first thing is a need. You'll have a need for something, right? Just like all the ancestors, they had a need for something, and it was going to be, you know, much more pure, natural, and basic than what we do now, you know, but it's still the same energy. Okay, it's still coming from I need something, or I have a goal, or I'm trying to manifest something. So it still could be so many different aspects of that that we can still learn about. And I'm thinking of putting those in posts, in the community posts. That way we can all interact. If you all want to keep up with the different posts, it will be there, and that'll be a stream of information where we can kind of follow along. Also, in addition to that, a lot of us are learning how to work with the moon energy, the moon cycles, which is really ancient. That's a really ancient, and that's a very powerful practice, no matter what you're doing. Even if you just decide, well, I'm not going to do a whole candle magic ritual, but maybe I'll do something with my ancestors every new moon, or maybe I'll do a blessing, you know, for myself every full moon. Okay, so these are different ways that we can all work with this energy of who we are, you know, and what so many of our ancestors did so long ago, thousands of years ago. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, you said you feel that. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do now, and it feels very much like this. Oh, okay. Yeah. Spirit is asking me to talk about bath rituals as well. Okay. So with bath rituals, it is really a way of clearing. I think that most of us, 90% of people who are enjoying their bath rituals, even if they're just going and getting something from Bath and Body or something, you know, even if it's just something you get at the department store, because we've always had that connection and attraction to baths, most people. Um, Even kids, you know, they want their bubble baths. They want, you know, it's like, can I get a bubble bath tonight? You know, they don't know why all the time. They don't always know why, but it's part of that same thing. It's part of our human ritual. It's like in us innately to be attracted to the water and to understand that it's actually clearing you. Okay, so most people are always going to feel better, clear, you know, after they have that bath. They're going to feel as something has been stripped off of them. Okay, but according to what you're working on, the kind of roots and herbs that are, you know, used with your bath rituals, etc., how they were prepared, you can also feel more prosperous. You can also feel more attractive. You can also feel more compelling. You know, you're drawing in things. You want to draw in love. You want to draw in prosperity. You want to open things, you know, open your roads, open your paths, you know, after banishing things away that it's not good for you, you know, things that are hanging on you. So bath rituals, very important, very important. And that is something that they asked me to speak about. Okay, so I did that. Let me take just a few seconds here. Okay, well, I'm talking to them, and I have a guidance team, which is not unusual. A lot of you will develop an ancestor or a guide or a guidance team that helps you, you know, to communicate with you about your own highest good and things that are happening for you. I'm hearing that, okay, I'm hearing it's a lot of issues with jealousy and envy that's going on with people. You know, so many of us, we don't know how to just have enjoyment, just something that brings joy to your life and happiness, which I was talking about at the beginning. There's envy that is actually blocking people. And some of that is directly related to social activity. Okay. Who you're around, Who do you go to for Facebook, Instagram? What are you looking for? It's almost like a stream of, can you ever be enough? Can you ever be happy? Can you ever be rich enough? You know, and it develops all of these other feelings about jealousy or being left behind in some rat race, you know, the whole thing with keeping up with other people, or someone saying that you need this or that, and then, you know, and then you wear this kind of lipstick or something, or for a guy, what would it be like? You have this kind of car, this kind, you know, and then you don't have to be jealous anymore. Other people will be envious of you. You see how it kind of plays back and forth like a toxic kind of energy. So that is something that we definitely, it just seems that we have to avoid that, because mentally, it can be so draining, and it can, you know, leave your energy kind of gunky, you know. Let's see. Hi, Gail. How you doing? Hi, F1. Hi, Jennifer Martin. Oh, you're tuning in for the first time. Baby Boo, you said, may you have a reading. You know what? I can do some readings now. I can. They're $20. Okay, they're $20 for a live reading with me right now. Your reading will last anywhere from maybe 8 to 10 minutes, okay? And I'll tell you what I'm being shown, what I'm hearing, and they're $20, okay? So I'll put my I can put my link in. Let's see. And if any of you want to pay, I don't know if you want to or not, but here, let's see. I'll do that right now. And then if any of you want to, you'll have that option, right? Other than that, this is an informative talk, and it's good for us to speak to one another sometimes, right? It's good for us to speak to one another sometimes, to talk to one another. Hi, love. Yeah, we were just talking about, I can do a live reading now. It'll last about 8 to 10 minutes. It's $20, and my link is there if you want to pay me right now and get your reading. So other than that, I'm going to continue on with general information about what's happening right now and about all of the energy and information going on right now. It is a ton of information, and I feel like since the solstice, okay, since spring equinox, it really created a shift. And right now what's happening, and I'm talking about people who have been healers, shamanic healers, readers, root workers for like 20, 25 years. They're literally experiencing things in their family, in their homes. Their clients are experiencing things that have not happened before. Okay, they have not happened before. So love, you said, can you get a personal reading? Yes, you can if you go ahead and click the link and you pay, and I'll do it now. And it's 8 to 10 minutes long. I have to put some kind of rule there. Otherwise, because I don't want people to think that I did something different, you know, drastically different for one person. So that is the rule, that it lasts 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah, so it's a lot of energy shifting to the point that some of us feel we're experiencing major change, major change. So the relationships aren't the same right now. You might feel like you got, you know, lost somehow, like almost like you were abandoned, because people are changing how they interact. People are protecting their heart. People are afraid of having wounds right now because they're in fear. Okay, so the fears that they have, it could be something, you know, right now that happened in a relationship with you, or this could be something that happened so long ago, you know, even back to childhood, as I was saying in the beginning. Let me get some water. You said you're driving near home and you're gonna, okay. Well, please be careful. I don't want you to dare run into anything, you know, while you're driving, okay? I really, and I don't want to be responsible for that. So please be careful. Yeah. If you look in the information box below, there's different ways to get in touch with me, okay? There's different ways. Um so socially, I think that what's happening is we're all changing and we're going to be different. It's going to seem that the 3D collective and the way that we were thinking and functioning maybe 18 months ago, 2 years ago, all of that's going to be gone. I feel like, and I'm going to tell you all about a dream, okay? I'm going to tell you about a dream that I had because by me being shamanic and I know how to use theta brainwave and everything, which I know some of you are like, what does that mean? You know, I'm not going to get totally into that right now, but I had a dream about a year and a half ago that I went to pay for something at a store. And in the dream, I took out my credit card and they had a big chunk, a huge slab of a crystal, and the crystal had slots in it and it had readouts in it. And they took my credit card and they like ran energy through it. It was like they were running, and that was our new way to pay for things. Okay, isn't that wild? That's wild. That was another sign that things are changing for us. So the point I'm making right now is that all of you who are wondering about your soulmate, you're wondering about your twin flame. Shante said, wow. Yeah, I've had some that are really doozies because when there's things going on planetarily, cosmically, I get visitations by other beings. I get visitations from different beings in different galaxies. I get shown all kinds of things. And what I mean to say in the whole is that your twin flame, your soulmate, your love, they may be at a point of really changing, like from the inside out. They may be at a point of really having a lot of remembrances of things that happened to them and the experiences they had from childhood, or on a soul level from another life. They may be changing very exclusively. You may be changing, and you may feel so strange about the way things are lining up. You might see and sense these changes and feel, you know, I don't want to deal with change right now. And that's okay. We can actually make that choice. We can be sloppy, you know, with our emotions sometimes. We can feel like we're going to cry a lot. That's okay. You might feel abandonment, even if someone just missed a few phone calls with you. Okay, so what I'm telling you is that all of these things are happening. You know, they're lining up, things are changing. Okay, and I feel very exclusively that, you know, there's so many of us here that are here to help you. There, and some of those people have helped me as well because I had to be mentored, right? I had to learn. I had to go through higher consciousness, understanding who I really was, understanding this whole journey, you know. So don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself. Don't get locked into this energy of, wow, you know, I can't ever break out of this, you know, where I'm happy, you know, where I'm consistent with my balance, peace of mind, where other people, just don't get it, you know. Don't put that down on yourself to a point that you never expand. Okay. That's a huge part of this. Resistance, you know, thinking negative and resistance and tying yourself up to something in the past, it does not always pay out at all. You know, it really does not always mean anything. Sometimes that's just going to amount to you feeling lower and having a lower vibration. And that can't always work. That can't always work. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some law of attraction cards, just because we're talking about, I've mentioned that a few times already. Let's get into some of the law of attraction cards. You know, whatever comes out for law of attraction, which is to do with home, work, yourself, your inner self, your outer self, how you communicate, you know, and what you're trying to invest in and attract. Okay, I'm going to do some of those, and we'll get messages for today, July 3rd. And whenever anyone sees this, they'll know that these messages was for them at the right time. So it's July 3rd, 2019. July 3rd, 2019. A lot of people are having just so many different things go on. Okay. This one is about security. I choose to feel secure and to work so that I know my bank account is full. Security. Security. I choose to feel secure and to work so that my bank account is full. Okay. Let's get another one. Okay, that's a big one because that one fell. Okay. Instincts. I act on my instincts and I notice the signs and symbols in my life. I act on my instincts and I notice the signs and symbols in my life. Okay, you know what I'm getting told while I have this one? I'm getting told that some of you need green leafy vegetables, you need a nutrition supplement that's natural, and you need natural based vitamins that are made out of plants. And you will be able to connect to your intuition and instincts. That's the message I'm getting right now. Okay. Okay, let's get another message here. Another message here. Okay, the other message I'm hearing spiritually is about debt. Some of you are carrying your debts too long. You should only carry them for a certain number of years. And a lot of people are writing them off with bankruptcy or writing them off somehow. Only carry them for a certain number of years. Don't agree to carry the debt for years and years and years unless it's like a home. You know, of course, a house, you know, that's going to be 15 or 30 years, but other things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Stop it. My dog is a small dog, you know, a Yorkie poo. They're very, very overprotective, and they're frightful a lot too. So, you know, they do that extra barking then. Okay, the next card is empowerment. I recognize and appreciate all that inspires me to feel empowered. I recognize and I appreciate all that inspires me to feel empowered. Okay, so she has a rose in her hand. She has on like an Egyptian outfit, and she's got the roses. This is a lot of goddess energy here. So remember your creativity and your playtime. Okay, I was talking about creativity and playtime. We need that. Schedule time to play. If you don't have anything to play with at home, I'm really serious. Like literally, if you enjoyed coloring books and crayons and everything, go ahead to the store, spend $1 or $5, buy some things to play with, and create. It inspires and it opens up other channels. Okay, and then after a while, you'll understand that you can release negative energy. You'll get new ideas. It channels and triggers other good things. Okay, that's what I meant. Okay, all right. Receptivity. I am open in my mind, heart, and I am open in my mind and heart to receiving the blessings that I deserve. Okay, receiving. I am open in my heart and in my mind to receiving the blessings that I deserve. That is something that's really good for a mantra. Yeah, I was speaking to Shantae at the beginning, and I was talking about developing your writing it over and over like it's really happening. That triggers a lot of good in your life and in your manifesting. So she's open in her heart and her mind to receiving the blessings that she deserves. Perfect. Okay, let's get a couple more here. Okay, I'm hearing that some of you need to connect with your ancestors. This is the second time since I've been speaking that I've heard that. Some of you really do need to connect with your ancestors and get to know them. And, you know, if you do have extra questions about that, I do readings on that also. Gratitude. I am grateful for and appreciate all the abundance I have in my life today. Gratitude. I am grateful for and I appreciate all the abundance I have in my life today. Gratitude. That is so touching to me because when you feel like you don't have enough, you don't have as much as you need, this is something that brings you right to your heart and your higher consciousness, and you realize that you're speaking to your helpers, the angels of abundance, spirit guides that help you in the highest good, and they benevolently help you. That means they don't expect you to go give them something back in return. They just help you so that you are given what you need. So it's almost like you're speaking to these creatures or divine beings, your guidance team. Your guidance team, the higher source, the universe. You're actually speaking to them as if you would a person. Okay, so remember that when you're asking for things or you're stating things out loud, when you're experiencing something, remember that. Okay, that you are really speaking to a consciousness. Gratitude is one of the quickest ways to bring yourself to a state of peace, a state of abundance. Okay. Friendship. Special friends are there to help me and bring me strength during difficult times. Those are the guides I was talking about. See how they just confirmed it? Those are the ones that will help you in the spirit realm, in the consciousness realm, in the universal realm. Okay? Special friends are there to help me and bring me strength during difficult times. So these could be your ancestors. It could be spirit guides that are assigned to you. This could be angels that are assigned to you. Okay. So those are the beings that I'm talking about. They're saying they're a collective of beings. Okay. I wanted you all to understand that I'm a natural kind of channeler. I hear a lot of things auditory, and I have a lot of knowing, claircognizance. That's what it's called, a sense of knowing already what's going on. So I don't want you all to ever feel that it's something scary or that it's something made up. That's something that I tell people, I explain that from time to time because I don't want them to think it's something scary. Long ago, that was the only way that the tribes knew what direction to go to for water, for food, etc. Long, long ago, that was the only way the tribes would know, our ancestors, your elders, no matter what nationality you are, it doesn't matter what race you are. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, all of us, thousands of years ago, every one of us had shamanic ancestors. In the family, there was someone who had the claircognizance. There was someone who had the clairaudience to hear the guidance. They knew when a person might go into labor, that they were going to have to take shelter for a few days because someone was going into labor. They knew that a war was coming, another tribe was coming. It might have been war. They knew when a storm was coming a week ahead. Do you see what I'm talking about? Okay, I think you get it now. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. We've been talking for a while, and you know, there's just other things going on, you know. There's other things going on that I do have to tend to. So I'm about to wrap up. Does anyone have like a final comment? Final, okay, thank you. Thank you, Shantae. You said good messages. Okay, thank you. I've enjoyed speaking to you all. I always enjoy having interactions with so many of you, okay, because you all don't know it. And, you know, I don't know, some people don't really share it when they're working with people, but I love to work with you all. That's part of my honor to do that. It's my honor to do that. Okay. Alrighty. I will see you all again soon. I don't know when I'll be doing another live, but I'll definitely be on again soon, okay? Talk to you all later. Have a blessed day, okay?